Greetings again, this is part 5 of how I would do the invasion. We just finished off with Stone Cold Steve Austin leaving the ring with the WWF title and Chris Jericho losing the inaugural Brawl Champions tag team match. Finally, we're headed towards SummerSlam. We're headed towards SummerSlam. WCW cheering because Booker T with the WCW title. Stone Cold Steve Austin with the WWF title. All on the same page. And the landscape was changed completely. Which is so good for WCW. It's like to say, you know what, we won a little bit of the war. Yes, yes. We're winning the battle. We're winning the battle. Then you got, and on that Raw, Billy Kidman still beat up. And you got, then it was Tajiri who entered the fray, with him defeating Billy Kidman in a quick match. After Billy Kidman saying, I can defeat any WWF guy for my WCW championship belt. Boom. One hell. Tajiri enters. Kidman's still groggy a bit. One sharp spike kick in the back of the head. Rolls on his back. 1, 2, and 3. Which will lead to X-Pac getting jealous and them and Tajiri and X-Pac having a rivalry within the WWF 4 to see who is the better light heavyweight or cruiserweight champion for the unification bout. Things happen, and something like that that The Rock will be coming back, but due to promoting of the Scorpion King, The Rock does not come back to the WWE. But the tagline is still called, finally, it is SummerSlam. Things happen with different elements of the women going at it and the men going at it too. But this stage, we have the Acolytes being betrayed by, having in a previous match, for the WWF Tag Team titles. Simon Dallas Page and Chris Kanyon defeats the APA for the WWF Tag Team titles. And on the same night, Brothers of Destruction Kane and Undertaker defeat the Natural Born Thrillers for the WCW Tag Team titles, which is leading to thinking, and you got our belts, but we got yours, which will lead into that match. Rob Van Dam, WCW versus Jeff Hardy, WWF. That leads up to that continuation on that rivalry. Chris Jericho, since he lost the Intercontinental title to Lance Storm. And having Rhino being turncoat, following was Christian. Rhino in WCW now. After outside interference from Rhino, of course. Then you got Dudley Boy. Then you got the Natural Born Killers versus the Acolytes as well. The Thrillers versus their rivalry continues. Then you got Kurt Angle versus Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWF title. And having, in this case, let's see, instead of The Rock, I would have Chris Jericho for defeating to go against Booker T for the WCW title. That's how I would book it. Yeah. All these things happen. The house show goes off. Blah blah blah. Lance Storm says, "You know what? I'm sick of this belt. Is mine. Is WCW's now." Edge goes, "You know what? I'm going. We're both Canadians here. You and me, we do it." They fight. Edge, Lance Storm, Christian comes down. Firstly, Christian misses with a chair shot, hits Lance Storm in the head. After the WWF referee getting knocked out by Lance Storm with a poorly timed super kick. Christian is just outside going, no. Just near the apron, going crazy. Awesome jumps into the ring. Edge ducks. Awesome clotheslines Lance Storm. Goes, what the hell? Spun. Gets dropkick out the ring. Lance Storm gets pulled back in, rolled over. Edge pins Lance Storm 1, 2, and 3. Acolytes versus Sean O'Hare and Chuck Palumbo. Again, but this time the Natural Born Thrillers defeat the Acolytes. There's no tag teams. X-Pac goes against Tajiri and defeats him to unify both titles. Chris Jericho in his first match of the night. This is at SummerSlam. Loses to Rhino after a lengthy battle. Rob Van Dam defeats Jeff Hardy. again. But after Jeff Hardy defeated Rob Van Dam at either a SmackDown or Raw, Brothers of Destruction but win the WWF Tag Team titles off Diamond Dallas Page and Chris Kanyon. Stone Cold Steve Austin defeats Kurt Angle. Booker issues an all-out WWF challenge. Chris Jericho comes out, beats him, but it was beats him by disqualification. I know this SummerSlam wasn't exactly the best. With quite a lot of the winners being being WCW. And you just see Shane McMahon. Sorry, just going to the side, spray painting over the WWF logo, WCW. Now, Vince gets a bit angry, and things start to heat up in this rivalry between WCW and WWF at the time, at this stage, leading into Unforgiven. With people thinking, oh, come on, please, give us back, get us The Rock back, get us Triple H back, please, anyone to help us to destroy WCW. And you have Shane gloating over the fact that his company still owns the 2 heavyweight titles, still owns the hardcore title, and that's about the size. Of it. And also still having the US title, which Christian at this point has now got. Now, prior to, and as well as you know, that Chronic comes in, knocks out Kane, double chokeslamming him into a table. Where it was Lance Storm and now the Hurricane, WCW, pins the somehow after the Undertaker turns around, sees what's going on, goes, what the hell's going on here? The ref leaves the ring, checks up on Kane. After Chronic leaves the ring again, comes around, spins the Undertaker around, gives him the high tide, going, you cover him. They leave the ring. 1, 2, and 3. Lance Storm and the Hurricane become WWF Tag Team Champions. Chris Jericho still spewing over the fact that he won the WCW one against Booker T, but yet loses the WCW, loses the chance of becoming the WCW champion to Booker T. And I'll still have that Rob Van Dam, Jeff Hardy feud going for the hardcore title. Now, let's get into Unforgiven, the pay-per-view itself. The Fatal 4-Way match, well, I'll say the 4-way elimination match for the WWF Tag Team titles. I would have the Dudleys, Big Show and Kane, the Dudley Boys, WWF, versus, well, the Dudley Boys, since they decided to jump ship to the WCW. Representing WCW teams are the Dudley Boys, Lance Storm and the Hurricane. And WWF side, you got the Big Show and Matt Hardy versus the Acolyte, the APA for the tag team, for the WWF tag team titles. The match goes on, and lo and behold, the Dudleys the first team gone. The Acolytes with the Dudley Boys, with Bubba Ray and Devon, delivering a 3D to Farouk, pins in 1, 2, and 3. Then it is Lance Storm and the Hurricane who are the second runners up in this match, with Lance Storm getting chokeslammed by the Big Show, and after him getting up, he gets pushed out, accidentally tags in Jeff Hardy. Matt Hardy comes in, then up and down with the 3D, 1, 2, and 3. The Dudleys win. A minor scuffle is Perry Saturn versus Raven. I'll still have that. Christian versus Edge for the WWF Intercontinental title. I'll have Christian to win for just for the sake of back at the King of the Ring pay-per-view. Brothers of Destruction to lose to Chronic, Brian Adams and Brian Clark, because of outside interference from Steven Richards. He tags the Undertaker. Undertaker chases him. Kane turns around, spins back. Clark and Adams high tide him. 1, 2, and 3. They become WCW champions again. But at this stage, after Rob Van Dam's going, I'm better than I'm better than Jeff, no one can beat me type thing. Tommy Dreamer comes in, beats up Rob Van Dam, WWF versus WCW. Dreamer goes like that with the WWF title, WWF Hardcore Championship belt. Then Rob Van Dam steps up, does something funny to Tommy Dreamer. He can't see. Van Daminator into with a 5-star frog splash. 1, 2, and 3. Him being the 2-time WWF Hardcore Champion. And with him still being on the floor, being sore in that, Jeff Hardy races down to the ring, hops on top of the ropes, does the whole swanton bomb onto Rob Van Dam, pins him. 1, 2, and 3. Finally, Jeff Hardy gets his title back. Rob Van Dam beats Jeff Hardy. Tommy Dreamer beats Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam beats Tommy Dreamer. And Jeff beats Rob Van Dam in that particular order. Then you got Chris Jericho versus Booker T for the WCW World Heavyweight title. With Shane McMahon as special guest referee. Since allegedly Chris Jericho done a lot of seedy cheating tactics for him to beat Booker T in a match to see who can be, in a series of matches to see who can be the WWE or the first contender for the WCW World Heavyweight title. Shane McMahon has come down to the ring with him, Tori Wilson and Stacy Keibler. Both of them being a distraction to Shane. The match goes on. Booker T is laying into Chris Jericho. Booker T tells them both to go. With Shane in the ring. What's going on here? Shane accidentally gets scissor, a Booker T leg lariat to their face. Shane's down. Then Booker T pins Chris Jericho 1 for nothing. Booker T tries to wake up Shane. Chris wakes up, rolls Booker T over. 1, 2, and 3. We got ourselves a new WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Chris Jericho. The tide starts to go to the WWF, having the WCW World Heavyweight title in their grasp. Between this match and the Rhino versus Tajiri match for the WCW United States Championship, a lot of things happen with DDP losing the title to a WWE guy, who lost it to a WCW guy, who lost it to a WWF guy, who lost it to a WCW guy, who lost it to another WCW guy, who lost it to Tajiri. All these are in Raws and SmackDowns. But then, because they thought, you know what, we'll make it extreme. A second hardcore match. They both go back to their ECW roots. Ted Drew does the mist, which he misses, as Rhino bolts towards him, ducks the mist, the other side of the ring. The Drew spins around, boom, gore, 1, 2, and 3. That's the end of the match. Then it's Kurt Angle, a native of Pennsylvania, which this event was in, versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. The match goes backwards and forwards. Shane, so greedy to keep at least one world heavyweight title, after seeing Chris Jericho, after doing the 1, 2, and 3, giving Chris Jericho the WCW title. He just wants Steve Austin to still heavy, so he races down to the ring, grabs the WWF World Heavyweight title belt, tries to race up the aisle, but Vince comes up, knocks Shane down, grabs the WWF title, walks back with it on his shoulder. Steve Austin gets angry to think, hang on, WWF guy holding my title. I'm the WWF champion. No one else can hold the championship but me. He tries to dive out the ring. He gets caught by the leg. Kurt Angle drags him in with one leg. Ankle locks him. He's tapping out. Steve Austin loses the WCW title to Kurt Angle in Pittsburgh. Chris Jericho comes down to the ring. And you get two WWF guys holding 2 world titles. And I think, yeah, I shall leave it at that video at this point. And see you for part 6. See ya.